Well, for more on this, I'm joined by Santosh Rao, who's the head of research at Manhattan Venture Partners in New York City. Thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World. So explain how Uber has never made a profit and yet is valued at over $70 billion.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, Uber and Lyft are about the future, about the transformation that we are expecting in transportation. So transportation as a service is going to take hold in the next, we don't know, maybe 5-10 years, but it's getting there. So these two companies are of the future. They're disrupting a very well-entrenched business, which is the taxi and the regular services. So I think the losses were understandable. They had to make the market. They're changing patterns, so that takes a while. So it's totally understandable that they spend, plus they're spending on autonomous cars. There are a number of reasons for the losses, but we have to look ahead, and the ahead is where everything's going to happen, and transportation as a service will take hold. So the bet on this technology is: do you believe that the future is transportation as a service? If you don't, you're a bear. If you do, you're a bull. That's a simple explanation.
So, Santosh, how have recent protests impacted the company's financial performance?
Yeah, I think what's happened, I mean, the recent developments, you mean? I think the Lyft's post-IPO performance was not that impressive, not because anything was wrong with Lyft, it's just that it was priced incorrectly. We always thought that close to $60 was the right price, around 20 billion valuation. So they went overboard, which is fine. It's a liquidity event. They got as much money as they could out of the market. But I think overall, I think this is where they should be, around 60. This sell-off is because of the downdraft. There's a macro event going on. There's a trade war and some other things. So overall market is down. So at this point, it's really, we don't know how much is based on the fundamentals of these businesses and how much is more the macro market. So I would wait till Monday and Tuesday till the dust settles and see how these things trade. But overall, I think the future is bright for both the companies. Transportation services, we are very bullish on this sector, and I think that's where they are. And these two companies are going to be pivotal in that landscape.
So your advice for those considering investing in the transportation sector?
Yes. So essentially, investors have to look at two things. They have a choice. Do you invest in a pure play company that has a clear path, or much better defined path to profitability, and a balance sheet that's debt-free and fully funded, which is Lyft, as opposed to Uber, which is a platform play, slightly different, global play, and the profits are much more elongated, maybe much longer. So yes, they have a number of levers, but they are competing aggressively outside. There's a lot of competition. The pricing, the profitability is going to be much longer. Lyft is going to reach there much sooner, and the autonomous strategy for Lyft is much faster. So you have these two choices. Do you invest in a pure play with a defined path to profitability, or do you invest in a global play that is good on the face of it, but may not reach profitability for much longer?
Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World, Santosh Rao.